Long time no see, everyone. I spent my Labor Day weekend trying to where'd he go? Taking down some trees and some other stuff. Had a close call back here with some stuff. Got into a bit of a predicament twice. Spent about 4 hours yesterday, and about 2 to 3 hours this morning. I'll show you what I got going on. So the joys of working with old equipment. Yep, threw the track off the sprocket this morning. Yesterday, I threw the track off the front idler down here in this hole. Got it up out of the hole, went to go turn to get out, and tossed the rear track. So I was in the process of digging out and pushing some stumps out, and I backed down into this hole I'm now standing in. The driver's side is missing the front roller out of the 4-roller bottom. It was like that when I bought the machine. Not helping issues. The track is loose. A number of years ago, I tried heating the adjustment nut up on it with number 6 Rosebud, a weed burner. I got it to where it was cherry red. Hosed it with Croil. Heated it back up. Tried turning it with a wrench. I made a couple specialty wrenches so I could get a 1-inch breaker bar on. They are not wanting to play, so I got to get back in touch with it's a place called Henderson Manufacturing. They make Hydra adjusters to be able to retrofit on these. Much like the newer machines, you just take a grease gun, stick it on, pump it full of grease, take the slack out of the track. Half dozen years ago, 5 years ago, when I inquired about them, they were about $489 plus tax plus shipping each. So I got to get back a hold of them and see how much they've gone up in price since then. But while we're here, we'll go over some undercarriage items just to give you guys an idea of what we're dealing with, or what I'm dealing with. So I don't know if you guys watch Squatch 253 any or not. He redid that D2 Caterpillar, and in one of the videos he did, he was talking about the track gauges. He had one made or otherwise 4 years ago. There was a ACMOC chapter in Australia that was making these. You could buy them individually. You could buy them for like the smaller tractors, or you could buy them for the larger tractors, or a whole set. I bought the whole set. Now, the one thing Squatch did mention as to why he was not going to invest in them is that over the years, Caterpillar continually improves their undercarriage. So if you have late model undercarriage on an early model crawler, these are not going to do you any good, because the rail heights get higher, the bushing size for the sprocket has increased in size over the years. So there's a lot of reasons to take some of these with a grain of salt, especially dealing with, 70-year-old pieces of equipment. But just to give you guys an idea, so no, that's almost to the recondition. That's about halfway to the recondition part on this. So the chains aren't in terrible shape on this. Sprocket. Let's see if I can get a decent. So you can tell the sprocket does have somewhere at it. It's not terrible. Well, let's fish you guys around over in here. There you go. So it probably needs some reconditioning. Obviously, you're going to go forward more than you will reverse. There's somewhere there. But again, it's not terrible. That's going to be the worst part of it right there. Grouser height? Of course. So you can see I got that on the wrong way. I mean, it's not terrible. Do one here at the rear. So there's still plenty of life left in the grousers. No, they're not new by any means, but they're not completely worn out either. That probably needs to be reconditioned. I'd throw a tape measure in there, but I don't have a rule to do that. And unfortunately for you guys, I'm not going to crawl underneath this machine to try and get the rollers recondition measurement. But I was in the process of taking out some popple trees getting stumps dug out so I can move stuff around to try and get my second driveway finished. I got a quote on sand and gravel for that. That's going to end up being almost the prices I got just for material delivered was going to be about $7 grand. So I was doing all this so I can clear up the second driveway so I can get a tri-axle in here and start getting stuff dropped off. And then I threw the track twice in 2 days. And it's something I've been putting off for a while. So I've already reached out to a couple of places to get quotes on undercarriage for this. I'm hoping the track chain pattern will match up to my old grousers, even if I got to drill 4 5/8 diameter holes into 66 grousers. I would rather do that than shell out the money for it, but it is what it is. And I'm doing all this for another project I was going to hopefully start this fall, but I may not now. What do we got going on over here? We got a chipmunk running around here. But that's going to have to wait for me to show you guys that until later on. I did pick up another SA200. We'll go over that in another video. I haven't had the time. Picked that up a couple weeks ago. Go over that. I got a parts truck we'll go over a little bit before it gets completely parted out. I got a buddy of mine buying a bunch of stuff off of it. But yeah, sorry for the lack of posting, but life and work has taken priority over doing projects and updates to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I know mine was surprising and adventurous. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.